to That Wrestling Podcast.
It is That Wrestling Podcast. It's your host, Brian. And once again, we have a shuffling of the chairs of who else is on the program. Jason, still out. Although he did say in his last text he is like game time decision. So he could still pop in theory. Okay? We got that going on. Kevin is out. He was in last week. He's out this week. In this week, who was out last week, is my friend Joe. Joe, welcome back.
Yes. Everyone rejoice. I am back. Yes.
I didn't know if it was a post-January hangover that made you miss last week or what.
No, I work with Petri dishes all day, man. I mean, like, they get sick all the time and still go in. And, like, I go on a midwinter break, and I started off feeling lousy all day. And then I listened last week. We don't have to do the initial thing.
No.
No. Okay, we'll just be JB.
That's
How about
right.
that? But
like that,
I'm like, you guys went like an hour and 20.
It was a long show for the two of us. I
would have never made it.
Surprised. Yeah.
Never made it. I think I was asleep by 8:30, and that was pushing it.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'm glad I didn't think, I'll try to get on.
Yeah. Well, hey, we like to say in the text chat, it's okay, take a week off if you need it. And it sounds like you did, and it was justified. Yeah.
I was like, I felt better like that. I was like really complete on Saturday, but the rest of the time I was just like, I'm just going to be doing nothing. So
I think I've come up with a new tagline for our show because of how often the four of us are here or not here, and it's two of us and three of us. What do you think about That Wrestling Podcast, the most consistently inconsistent podcast today?
This is where we need Jason.
What do you think? Yeah. But here's my thinking. We're consistent in that we do have some ridiculous streak of doing a show every single week.
True.
We've never missed a week. But we're inconsistent because week after week, it is, you never know.
Coming up on like 5 years of doing this?
Yes, I think this spring. Correct.
Yeah.
Because I think 2021, right?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's insane. That is insane. But yeah, so my point is that's where the inconsistency comes in. It's not the four of us every week. There's three, there's two, there's solo shows once in a while. It's four of us. I don't know. Maybe marinate on it and come back to me.
Okay, I'll marinate on it, but it's a slippery slope, bro. I don't think it's gonna work.
All right. Well, I'd ask the other guys, but again, living up to the name, they're not
here.
That's the inconsistent part. So, all right.
You know what? That's this week's title. They're not here.
That's right.
We gotta see. This is what happened when you do it for 5 years. You start to get a little bit too big, and you try to get that part-timers schedule.
Yeah, the Roman Reigns schedule.
You get the Roman Reigns schedule where you only show up for like Mania, because we're always here for the Mania show.
Yeah.
We're always here for the post-Mania show. But we don't feel like we have to all be together for Backlash.
No.
And we definitely skip Bad Blood.
Yeah. Yeah, there's certainly levels to
WrestlePalooza is a
attendance is optional as warranted, I would say.
Yeah. So, but no, we have some people on the show who are, doing the part-time tribal chief schedule because we earned it. 5 years.
That's what they'd say. Yeah. You're not wrong about that. Well, we'll keep the train rolling and actually talk pro wrestling like we do consistently. This week on Monday night.
So we talk about the Fort Wayne Iron Caps or whatever they're called.
If only the two guys on the show who would want to would be here, I maybe would allow it. But
so what about that? The USA versus the World All-Star game.
Right. Amazing. But let's talk wrestling. Let's talk Monday Night Raw. And the thing that grabbed me the most was the like tried and true classic wrestling, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a standard thing of like there's a box, and it's
you're going with that. Okay.
The Survivor Series. There's an egg. There's something in the. What is it? Oh, don't open it until February 28th, the day of Elimination Chamber. What do you know? And instantly in my mind, and I don't remember if we really talked about it on the air, but I know in our text we have, when Chris Jericho didn't show up at the Royal Rumble, I know I thought
he got lost in shipping.
That's possibly, we'll find out. Hopefully there's air holes in that box, because if not, we have a whole nother set of problems. But I thought, okay, Elimination Chamber. It's in Chicago. That's where Chris Jericho made his WWE debut on Monday Night Raw way back in the day. So that's where my head went like, okay, now we're working something here for the return. To maybe douse that fire a little bit, it kind of came out that Chris Jericho is maybe believed to have a frozen contract by AEW due to time missed, that he's not really a free agent right now. So with those things into consideration, Joe, what did you think of when you saw the box? Chris Jericho, yay, nay? Could it be something or someone else that maybe have an idea that you have?
Well, how many times are you going to get worked by Chris Jericho? Like, seriously.
Many as it takes.
How many, like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 675. Like, his playing the internet is as many holes as he has. It's just like you can't buy anything that involves Jericho. You can't buy on the internet because he knows how to play it.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that it's not true, but I'm also saying that it is true. And I'm not saying that he's in the box. The box looked very nice to me.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe very evil.
Now I get where you're going.
See, that
Mm-hmm.
makes more sense in the fact that anyone who's in that box this is not going to be like a big star. Last time we were worried about a box or an egg, it was like, the gobbledygooker, and then the Undertaker showed up. So this is not this like or the egg that Vince had for the Rock's Red Notice movie. This isn't
golden egg or whatever.
Yeah, this isn't going to be anything amazing.
Okay.
And it's not going to be anything like life-saving. I just think it looks very nice.
It's
or maybe very evil.
Very evil, yes. Okay. All right. I like where your head's at. That's not someone I had considered. I mean, listen.
But if it happened, is it a good fit?
I don't know if it's a good fit. NXT seems like a great fit to me, but
AAA with Mr. Iguana.
Yeah.
Like things like that, like showing up randomly like that. You can never have too many of those guys on the roster.
Yeah.
They're not going to win any major titles, but they are going to do two things. One, entertain, and two, sell merch.
Yeah. Yeah, they play their role in the program, making it, as much of a variety show as it can be, with some comedy and things like that that they're very good at. So we're talking about Danhausen. I don't know. Have we said the name yet?
Huh? I never did. No.
Okay.
No, I never. Right. What are you talking about?
We've implied and implied. Let's make sure we put it down. I didn't
say the name because if I'm wrong, I can say that I never said who it was going to be.
You can. I'm saying it.
Okay. So that's what you're saying. So if you're right, I'll just be like, well, I'm just like better at like suggesting.
Yeah.
But if I'm wrong, I'll be like, I never said it.
That's your angle. Okay. All right. I get you. So I thought about okay, listen, I can't imagine, this box is going to be in the middle of the ring and they open it up and like Chris Jericho comes out of the box. Like, that's just like, what are we doing here? But
after all the grand entrances he came out to,
right,
a box, come on.
So could there be like a hint with the box, as far as like the box opens up and there's a clipboard with paper for a list,
Mm.
or a light up jacket, something like that. That goes like all of the Jericho things got shipped in the box, and then from underneath the ring or whatever. Here
You
comes
know what? You might as well have a tree in there too while you're at it.
a tree.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
A
not.
learning tree.
Thank you. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Because they'll never say what the tree is. But if you're going to be doing like little
Yeah,
hints like that in the box, why don't you throw a couple in there?
there's a hint. Yes, yeah, I
Yes.
got you. Okay, yeah. So I could see that being a thing, and the other one I thought of again, just and not necessarily again, box opens up and here comes so and so, but it was last year's Elimination Chamber that I believe was Kevin Owens' last match
Yeah.
before he had his neck surgery. So we're coming up on a year.
The guy had neck surgery and you put him in a box?
That would be
You suck.
somebody would have to check with human resources to see
Yes.
if that be allowed with HIPAA laws. Who knows what? But no, as I said, I'm not saying he comes out of the box, but like, does it play into a return? Neck injuries are incredibly serious. I mean, and I don't think he had the surgery. He didn't have it right away, from what I remember. It was like
Right. It was
months.
like in July
Yeah.
is when he had it because he said it on Cody's podcast that he was
Right.
going to, after the show, like a week or two later, he was going to have the surgery
Yeah.
because the
So
surgery wasn't needed at that time. It wasn't prepped or anything. And it was like, we're going to wait this out and see if it's like still going to happen. I think that's what he was
right.
talking about when he was dogging Cardona.
Yeah. Yeah. He got back here eventually, but
He did,
um, but
that was still a
um,
great line. I love
oh, I
Matt.
know. He made Cody almost do a spit take of drinking his coffee, and he said that.
I love Matt. You say you're king of the Indies, but all you talk about is coming back here. Okay.
Make up your mind. But yeah, so maybe the timeline doesn't match up, because all right, July to late February now. That's not, it's like 8 months or whatever. So,
It's empty. And it's a return of John Cena because you couldn't see him. It's an empty box.
oh, that's how they get away with it.
No.
Okay. Well, all things to be consider. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I didn't catch this, but I thought I heard like on Busted Open that Adam Pearce said, send that to SmackDown. Let Nick Aldis. Okay, so maybe we get some sort of new development later on Friday Night SmackDown to kind of maybe put some Easter eggs out there. So, okay.
Send it to NXT. Send it to AAA.
Just do the whole tour of the WWE properties.
Everything that they own. Send it to Evolve.
This week on Evolve, yeah, exactly. Live on Tubi.
Send it to the world.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got that.
No, they're all it's a box full of the leftover WrestleMania tickets.
Oh, the unsold tickets?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, we know one match, right? But this, I mean,
you don't need matches for WrestleMania. You don't need to sell it on matches.
Right. Well, I mean, to me, it's obvious though. You point to two things: it's the same location as last year, and the prices are even higher than last year. So,
and it's not like Vegas. It's not like Vegas is a cheap place.
No, right. I haven't been in a long time, but that's all I read. Is how much they get.
It's like they like price gouge you on everything. So it's like, okay, and then we're gonna price gouge you on this, and it's the same location, so it takes away the shine. Mm-hmm. Like, when was the last time they did the same location? 4 and 5 when it was back to back at Trump Plaza.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
that had to been it. Yep.
That was different time, different era. Talk about later, but it's yeah, I think it has to do with it's the same location.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the same location. It's more expensive, and that's the thing too. Maybe if it was one night, I don't think it'd be a problem at all because you'll still have so many diehard people. But 2 nights of WrestleMania at those prices with like
But you have all
everything
these
Vegas,
people.
that's a
You have
lot.
these people who like guys like Green Shirt Guy who travel like, and a lot of people who aren't like Green Shirt Guy. It's their one event a year.
Right,
They travel from all over the world to go to WrestleMania weekend.
right.
They did it last year.
Hmm. Yeah. So
It's
then
like
the novelty is gone.
it's like yeah, I think that, and then the big mistake is next year it's in Saudi.
Well, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'll have a problem. Who knows where they're even doing it? As far as like they
They're
just built
building
the
a stadium.
stadium for the Royal Rumble, so
They're building a stadium and then tearing it down, but it's like
yeah,
no one's gonna, like, most people don't make that trip, and it's still gonna,
no,
and it'll be 2 nights, and it will be at, like, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
yeah, yeah.
And I think
I
the last time it was a day one was what, WrestleMania 12,
um
when Sean the Boyhood Dream.
because that was California, I think,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah. Or
maybe
I know Vegas. I think what was it?
it's still light
WrestleMania
out
9 was in
there.
the
Yeah,
afternoon.
yeah, but maybe that was like whatever 5, 6 o'clock East time or
No,
something.
I
But
kind of remember WrestleMania 12 watching it and having it being done at like 9 o'clock. So it was like at like
maybe
six
at
o'clock
six
in the afternoon.
o'clock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
that
I
makes
remember being
sense.
done because I took a this, come on, this is so 90s of me. I took a break to go watch The Simpsons at 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock on Sunday.
Yep.
Yep, that's what you would do. That's awesome. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too much in the weeds there, but it's something I keep an eye on out of interest of like, that makes sense to me. You screwed over New Orleans. People were excited about New Orleans. You had announced it and everything, and then Vegas said, "Oh, here's a couple more zeros on the check," and now you're back in Vegas, and well, now you're seeing the results of it.
Right.
Plain and simple.
And yeah, it's just, I don't know. I've been to a WrestleMania. I'm fine with one.
You checked it off the box. Yeah,
Yeah, I
check the
checked it off.
box. Yeah,
I've
off the
been to
list.
the big four. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
I've been, but the funny thing is, I've been to SummerSlam the most.
Yes. Yes. We got three under our belts, right?
Yeah, yeah. I have
Yeah.
3 SummerSlams, 2 Royal Rumbles, 2 Survivor Series, and 1 WrestleMania. Because
Okay.
I was at the Survivor Series when Austin got run over.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yep. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. We also want to talk about the Elimination Chamber qualifier winners from Friday SmackDown and Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes won the match with Sami Zayn and Jacob Fatu. And then on Monday, Javon Evans gets the win. And this was him, Gunther, and Dom. And then also on the women's side, we had Asuka advancing and Alexa Bliss. What of those four stand out to you? I mean, Javon to me was, I wanted to see it, but I didn't believe it would
What
happen.
stood out to me was when I was driving on Friday, when I was listening to the show, I was yelling at you guys going, "It's Javon Evans going to win. They
Really?
need bouncy bouncy in the
Yeah.
cage. He's not
Well,
going to
okay.
win the Elimination Chamber, but
No.
out of those three, he's going to win. There'll be shenanigans." I was like the whole time yelling in the car, "There'll be shenanigans with Gunther. He's not going to win,"
Yeah.
because it would have made no sense. Because if he would have won the qualifier, he would have had to have won the chamber.
Right.
And that's not where his character is going right now. He's getting rid of the legends.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
Dom is an IC triple A champion. He has other things going on. Javon Evans, you need the guy in there to do the crazy stuff in the chamber. And it was so obvious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just wasn't quite sure how they would get there, but then, um,
A legend came out and interfered.
yeah, I had my theory, which was completely wrong, and we'll touch on it in a minute too, because I had I had mistakenly saw a graphic saying Brock Lesnar is back on Monday's Raw. And it didn't happen, and I'm like, what the? It's next Monday. It's this coming Monday. I'm like, okay, I didn't know, but I had the right theory of somebody's going to interfere with Gunther, And in my mind, I thought it was Brock, and that's going to allow Javon to get the pin. Turns out it was Dragon Lee. Look at that. Lo and behold. So I had the right idea, just the wrong execution of the idea. Off by a week. But I love it, man. I'm glad you said it was obvious because it was, to me, I everything you said is true, but I didn't want to believe it until it actually happened. That I was like, awesome, good.
Yeah, you need some bouncy in the cage.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say he's going to be the first one eliminated, but maybe second or third.
Yeah.
Like he'll do his spots and look cool and maybe climb the top like RVD did and like Kofi did and drop down, but that'll be about it.
Yeah, no, but I want to see him in there, and it's a great opportunity for him to be in there and get that highlight that I'm sure he'll get during the match. Any of your thoughts too on those other winners, Cody and Asuka for the women? I'm trying to think who else was in that match.
The other people in that match was Bayley and who's the other one?
Bayley and I'm drawing a blank.
Natty.
Okay, so that was another one. I'm like, all right, you could always put Bayley in there.
She was the first one out last year, though, so I don't think what they're dealing with her is on this level.
Yeah,
Asuka makes the most sense.
I just saw. I'm like, okay, I can't rule it out. Is what I'm saying. Like there was the match the previous week, and it was Rhea, Lyra, and Ivy Nile. And I was like, well, it's not Ivy Nile, okay?
One of these things is not like the other.
Right. Much respect to Ivy Nile, but it just wasn't going to happen against those two, especially with Rhea in there. So I was like, all right, it's not crazy if Bayley were to win. And Natty's got this new character thing. Maybe they want to throw her into the cage. So I just, that was like a flip of the coin one for me. And Alexa Bliss wasn't too much of a surprise. I didn't.
No, and I mean she was going against Selena. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't see Natty doing it. She'll have something to go with Maxine, and yeah, I don't think she needs it. I think she's still reestablishing her new character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing too about the triple threats is that somebody has to take the pin. I think in that case it was Bayley, and that's been kind of like her MO a little bit, right? So
it's too bad, but yeah,
they're just like, oh, she's just, they talked about it during the match about oh, she missed last year's WrestleMania, and it's been kind of a struggle for her since then. So. So there at least there was like a storyline reason, why it didn't happen for her. So who knows? All right, and then I've lost my rundown here. Who do we have this week? Do you have it in front of you, Joe?
I don't have the rundown in front of me, but we have
pull it up here.
We have Bronson Reed versus some other guys. I'm just saying Bronson Reed's going to win.
Okay.
Because he's and what's the women's match? We have Io, Kyrie, and Raquel.
Okay,
so that should be Raquel.
I'd love. That's the one I'll say too. I would love to see that.
That should be Raquel.
I don't know if Io though. That's one where no
Io
flipping a coin.
Like Io and Rhea will be still the tag champs and probably face the Stupid Bellas. So no, Io's out, Kyrie's out because I don't know, Asuka will probably get involved somehow. But no, I see Raquel because it gives it will she or won't she with the Liv Morgan being the Rumble champ.
Right.
Like Judgment Day will have both and whatever. And then what was the other women's one on SmackDown?
Yeah, it's
or was
so
that
weird.
The women's?
I think that that's the women's SmackDown one, but it's I don't know what has happened to my rundown. Like
we come prepared.
Off. it just deleted itself. I don't.
All right, here we go. We got Charlotte Nia and Kiana James,
That's right.
Charlotte.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
the SmackDown men's one is so obvious.
Okay.
Damian Priest, Mello, and Trick.
Okay. So what are you saying here? So
Whoop
obvious.
that Trick. Come on.
I don't. Well.
Mello's killing it with the U.S. Championship.
Yeah.
Like let him kill it for a year as the U.S. champ, put it on like banger after banger of a match and still getting over. So nah, I see Trick is just I mean, they were first of all, I thought Raw was very mid, if not lower. It was like a miss this week,
Okay.
but it had to and then, the crowd chanting whoop that Trick during CM Punk and Finn. I mean, come on. Trick's winning that one. Oh, here it is. The men's one. Jey Uso, Bronson Reed, and the OG Grande Americano.
Okay. Okay. So
Bronson Reed.
that's another one where, okay, we can put OG Grande to the side.
Yeah. So
Um,
it's yes.
so it's like, all right, I can see Bronson, I can see Jay, just because like, that the day.
No, it has to be Bronson because it's like you got to have a member of the Vision in there.
Do you have to at this
You
point?
have to if you're still going to make them the thorn in Adam Pierce's side. You have to have a Vision member in there
Hmm. Yeah, I don't
because
know.
the
I don't
masked
know.
man is going to cause when they open the cage to get like
Uh,
Javion Evans out. The masked man's going
yeah.
to come in like AJ did and then give the stomp, or like Seth Rollins did to CM Punk. Yeah,
I
obviously.
can see it. Okay, okay.
The only
Yeah.
one, yeah, the only one that's like a question mark for me is the Io, Kyrie, and
Yeah, Raquel. Yeah.
Raquel, but it's got to be Raquel.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We shall see. I've got a little more self doubt about who's getting these wins here and who's not, but we'll uh we'll see what happens with that. And
Well,
then
I like that you have the self-doubt because that means it's not
yeah,
obvious to you, and that means that you'll enjoy it, and you'll be like, oh, that wasn't predictable.
exactly. Yeah.
While with me, I'm like being so much of an idiot right now, saying like, I know exactly what's going on, and then when it
Right.
does
Right.
happen, I'll be like, see, I told you. Blah.
Right.
Now I'll still
Hey.
be entertained by it because guess what? I knew that Thanos wasn't going to win at the end of Avengers Endgame. That's a
Right.
Marvel movie, Brian. That
Yes.
like,
Yes. Big guy. I'm
yeah,
familiar.
the big guy,
Familiar with this
yes.
game. Yeah.
Yes, you knew they were going to win. You knew what the outcome was going to be, but it doesn't take away the entertainment.
Exactly. Exactly. So let's talk about what I thought was going to happen on Monday Night Raw, and it didn't happen. And it's supposed to happen on Monday, but I tell you, I haven't seen other than the first time I saw the graphic, I haven't seen anything on it because you know what they've really been pumping on this Monday Night Raw. This is the AJ Styles celebration,
Hmm.
right? So super excited to see what ends up being. But yeah, I'm not making it up. They had a graphic that said Brock Lesnar is back on Monday
They
Night
had it
Raw.
last week too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's like I just haven't seen that promoted much, other than like the one time I saw it.
Vera's coming.
So, in theory, but so me and Kev talked about last week, and we kind of floated out there the Oba thing of a confrontation, Gunther possibly confrontation, maybe a retirement thing with that, how that's been going with them. Do you have any theory on what happens and maybe who steps up?
I think it's going to be Oba stepping up. That makes the most sense to me. It's not going to be Gunther because he's not going to retire him of Mania, and Gunther has to keep that going. And Brock is going to be at SummerSlam.
Minnesota.
It's in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's Canadian now, but it's like, he has a lot of Minnesota ties. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, so it's like, yeah, I would say Oba. That's the one
Okay.
that makes the most sense. He's on Raw. Oba's a free agent too, so it's like you don't know what show he's on. And he doesn't need to be on one right now. He can be on all of them.
Yeah.
Establish him as the next beast to face the beast.
I think he's got Mr. Toxic Masculinity, Kit Wilson on Friday. I believe they set that up.
Okay. But he's just gonna destroy him to establish that he's the new beast of the WWE.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I think that's what's next, and then like SmackDown will bounce to Raw, and then
Listen, I love the guy, but Cardona beat Kit Wilson too. So come on.
So toxic, so toxic.
Yes, I'm being toxic right now.
That's unfortunate. It's so true. All right.
Don't believe me? Smell my car.
What?
We like sports and we don't care.
Oh my God, that's throwing it back. Nicely done.
We also drink whiskey and we smoke cigars.
Lonely Island, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
that oh my God. There we go. Well,
that's right, guy number 2.
That's guy number 1.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. What else do we have on the rundown, Joe? We can talk AEW. It's gone. It is gone. It's not on my phone.
I guess this is JB.
It is
okay.
Not
so
on
here we go.
My desktop. It's literally gone.
Okay, so we got the well, Jason and I were supposed to talk about Brock, but right. Jason's not here, so we'll move on from that. Yeah. Okay, well, here we go. It's our favorite Russo? Bro. Okay, it's our favorite guy from the past.
There it is. Okay, thank you.
Bro.
Got it.
How did you forget this?
Thank you. Well, yeah, you led me into it. Thank you very much. So I'm thinking about how I presented it in the note email. Vince Russo we're referring to. He was on his podcast, and he's doing his podcast thing, and he's also I don't know if he's booking the Juggalo Championship Wrestling. He's involved with that. I've seen a clip or two, and they are Michigan here a lot. They've been at Harpo's, I saw, and stuff like that. So this came up the other day, and Vince Russo basically claimed that he has heard that John Cena was not happy with how the retirement finished up with him, and that he has some of his people, John Cena's people, who have reached out to AEW. It's Vince Russo talking here. So as I put it in the rundown, is this 0% chance this is true or more than 0%? What are you going with?
Depends on what the question is. You've been sending a lot of things in the chat, and I'm like the guy who's like, well, what do you mean? Is it this? I can't say 0% chance that it's true, because in the question it said John Cena was not happy with the way his retirement went.
Right.
There could be a chance that's true.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So you can't say 0. So if you sprinkle that in there, fine. It's above 0. Now, is he so upset that he's going to tarnish his brand forever of hustle, loyalty, and respect to go to AEW? No, that's not going to happen. No way.
Okay.
Vince Russo is just you Brian. You took the bait.
I would say, did I just fish my way onto right there?
This row. You got to take the hook out, row. Bro, you got hooked. You got hooked. You played yourself. No way.
Okay.
Now, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would think it's 0 across the board, man.
So you think he was happy with the way it went?
I do. Yeah. I mean, he's a tough guy to read. John Cena is.
You watch Toto Bellas.
He's just a guy, like, when I've seen and heard interviews, like, leading into the last match, he's just, he doesn't give you a whole lot as far as personal feelings. He really sticks to just, this is how the business is run. This is how something happened. And so this is why we did something because of that. He doesn't really get into, man, I'm bummed. For example, man, I'm bummed that The Rock didn't show up at WrestleMania. Man, I'm bummed. That sucked that Travis Scott was at WrestleMania and got me my championship. He doesn't get into like the personal stuff, at least that I've seen. So that part I can't definitively say he's happy or unhappy, but I'm willing to bet Triple H and the people in charge during, a lot of his last run had to go, this is what we're thinking. And I don't know. I can't imagine the whole time he just went, okay, you're the boss. Like, I'm going to do it. Or maybe he was. I don't think so, though. I think at some point he could be like, I don't feel that way. I think I've earned the credibility to say I'd rather do something else. Don't you think? I would think.
Yeah, but we're talking about like the whole like 2025 retirement tour. It wasn't all perfect, so it's like, and he's a perfectionist. That's why he retired, because he couldn't do the same things that he did. So you can't ever please a perfectionist. There's always going to be something wrong. So that's why I said, sources say Cena's people said he didn't like how it went. Of course he's not. Even if it went perfect, even if he had the perfect send off like Ric Flair did the first time, not any other time. The one with Sean. If he would have had that perfect send off, still would have found something wrong with it. But that's okay. But no, AEW, never going to happen. I know that he works for Warner Brothers Discovery.
Right. There's a connection.
Peacemaker, but nah, he's too loyal. He's too much of a he's too prideful. He's too much of a guy who like this is I said this. I am robotic. I gave my word. I am never going to step inside of a wrestling ring again.
Right. Yep. I agree. Loyalty, it's in his credo. Hustle, loyalty, respect, right? So I can't imagine that's going to go completely out the window, because something maybe didn't seem quite as good as he had hoped when it came to it,
Yeah.
He rolls with the punches.
It's like people are like, well, no one ever thought Hogan would have jumped ship. Cena's like what, 10 years older than Hogan was when he went to WCW?
Great point.
I know the hairline says no, but like Hogan was younger than Cena is now when he returned in 2002 to the WWF at the time.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
So, yeah, people forget about that Hogan was only like 4 years old.
Yeah.
Well, we have CM Punk at like 49. We have John Cena at 49.
Yeah.
AJ Styles
48 just
48.
Retired,
Yeah. So it's like,
it's crazy.
Old man Hogan, but we're like clamoring going, oh, but AJ, you're so young and have so much more to go.
What are
back
you doing?
in the day, we're like, Flair, you need to retire. I'm 34. Woo! But it doesn't matter. You're old. Woo!
It's crazy. I'll never forget. I was watching a WCW pay-per-view. I'd have to look up which one it was.
Slamboree 96, Age in the Cage.
That's it. It was. If I remember right, I feel like it was like a four-way of like Hogan, Macho, Piper, and Flair, something like that. And I remember a fan had a sign. He's at the show. He had a sign up, and he had all those names, and then he put underneath it. He put "Welcome to Jurassic Park."
Right.
So that's again, it's putting in perspective here. Like that, it seems crazy to me now. Like, no, they weren't that bad. They weren't that old. But
like Cody's 39.
Right. That's wild.
I mean, like, come on. It's a different era, but it's just like, we're thinking that these guys are young, but when we were growing up, they were so old.
I know.
And I know they're younger than us, but I'm not saying like I'm athletic at all to be doing this as a profession, but now we're saying that 49 is too young to retire.
Yeah, come on.
See, it's idiots like this who are saying this, that is trying to convince Ric Flair that he still has another match in him.
Oh, no. No, yeah, no one needs that.
And we're like, we need Jericho back. He's 52.
Right, yeah. I don't know. There's time and place for all ages in wrestling, but I think we all draw the line at Ric Flair at this point, thankfully.
Yes.
Kevin's not here to do the breaking news sounder, but I do have breaking news. Pretty darn good, man. It's pretty darn good.
I've been paying attention the last 5 years.
Well done. The breaking news is I found the rundown. We're good. Let's talk Let's talk AEW. So
have it right here.
I got it finally. I don't need to keep using you as my crutch saying, what's next? This isn't like
And that was the JB show. We're now back to
right.
Brian.
We were gonna do like that like part of the interruption was that way where like like they do like next topic and then like there's a voice that goes what do you think about the St. Louis Cardinals, and then the guys talk. We were
I
getting to
don't
that
think about
point.
them. Next.
Yeah, like that's what we were about to do, but
What do you think
I
about the Sacramento Kings?
I think they're in big trouble is what I think, bro. We need that lottery ping pong ball
No,
next
we're
year.
done with Vince Russo, so you don't have to go with the
Yes.
Bros.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll stick traditional. Let's talk the actual rundown. Yeah, AEW. So Saturday night they had the Grand Slam Australia, and I didn't watch it. It was Valentine's Day. I had a lovely evening with my lovely wife, but people watched it, and I heard it was a great show. The one thing that led into Dynamite was it was Andrade versus Hangman, and the winner would fight the winner of MJF and Brody King, which was MJF.
Right.
No surprise. Me and Kev were talking last week a lot about just, man, give it to Andrade. Like, he's on this roll. He's doing really well with it. I'd love to see it. And they went the other way, having Hangman get the win. Any thoughts on that? And then leading into, we're gonna have now Hangman versus MJF at Revolution.
Yes, I do have thoughts on that. My thought is at first it was like, Hangman again.
Yeah.
But the stipulation, we
Okay.
we won't say Hangman again.
Okay. All right. So
I think
yes.
I we question AEW a lot the last couple of years. The last couple of months we're saying they're starting to get their groove back.
Agree.
They're turning Hangman into their Cody now.
Right.
As in, he's going to be the guy who just couldn't do it. He puts his pride puts his I'll never have a championship match again on the line, which is the dumbest stipulation.
Mhm.
And then he's going to lose. And then we can move on from Hangman ever being champion again because MJF is your face of the company.
Yeah. I would, as of now, lean toward that
And if they
direction
and
as
if they
well.
go to and if they go to Hangman, let's get back to someone not getting over with the crowd as champion.
Yeah.
It's like we care more about him when he's not champion and he just has matches. But
Yeah.
when he's champ, it's like you're kind of boring.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. He's kind of good at everything. He is good
Except
in
for
the
being
ring.
champion.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like he doesn't have. He's very good on the microphone. He's very good in the ring, but he's not the top of either.
Yeah, it's like we should have a list of people who are good at everything except for being champion.
Yeah. Yeah.
He would be number one on my list.
And so, yeah, it's interesting, and I guess it'll play out this coming week on Dynamite. But yeah, they did you know, the stipulation, and so Hangman is proposing a Texas death match, and MJF is saying absolutely not. We're doing a wrestling match, but then Hangman throws out the never fight for the title ever again. So I guess we'll find out officially Wednesday if that is like MJF says, okay, we'll do the death match. I think
As
that's
long
how
as he
it's
doesn't
supposed to
have
be
to
played.
face 5 people before he faces them. I'm glad they got rid of that.
Oh God, yeah, that was a early AEW tradition.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
that was the early
Thankfully.
MJF special.
Yes, it was. Oh yeah, we had that multiple times. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then, did you catch Swerve? And I put Swerve'S. Yeah, I did. Okay, Swerve'S Omega. I think right before that was a Will Ospreay return promo they've been
Yeah.
running. So I thought for a second when I looked at my notes, I put Swerve versus Ospreay, but no, it was Swerve and Kenny Omega. And what did you think of the match, Joe?
Well, I didn't see the match, but
Okay,
I saw the outcome
got it.
because I was like still like, I was feeling better Saturday, but out of it, and I just haven't gone back to watch that. Um, he should always be a heel.
Swerve.
Yes,
Okay,
he should always be a heel.
all right.
He should always be a heel. He should always be and when he's like a face, yeah, he still's got that cool swagger to him, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like he should always be a heel. He's so much better as a heel
Okay.
because he's real as a heel. And I didn't mean to rhyme there, but he's more real as a heel than he is as people cheering him. Like when people cheer him as a heel, he's annoyed by it and still continues to do like terrible things to people.
Yeah.
But when he's like being cheered as a face, he's just like, yeah, whatever. And then still continues to like play to the crowd. I don't want him playing to the crowd. I want him to ignore the crowd.
Okay. Yeah, I like him. I think he does well in both roles. So I think because of he wins the match against Kenny and then does this heel turn afterward. And I'll have to see if I was exercising, so I'm watching, but I'm not like I didn't stop exercising. Shout out to my Peloton bike. but it looked like Stokely was kind of like, "What are you doing, man? You sure about this?" And then next thing you know, Swerve's got Omega hanging above the rope, outside the rope with chain on, and he gets him through the table, the announce table, and the match is fantastic. It's definitely a top match of the year. Kenny Omega, he's still got it. He can't do it weekend anymore. It doesn't seem like he does anymore, but
He's like us.
he is like a lot of us. But he's really good, and that match was fantastic. But I as I'm watching it, I am saying to myself, but something needs to happen that we just don't get a winner and like, what a match, good night everybody. And they did the heel turn, and I went, holy shit, yes, this is something more to dig into besides this was a first ever match between these two guys, and Omega won or Swerve won. In this case, it was Swerve who won. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that turned out, and like you said, it's been a nice, I'd say a nice 2026 start for AEW of things that have kept
Yes.
my interest.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for them to continue to knock it out of the park because when they do better, everyone does better.
Yeah.
Because that means the Grand Poobah WWE. Sorry, AEW fans who still won't believe that it's important, but WWE has to be good to get wrestling better.
Yeah.
They have the most eyes on the product. So when AEW is on a roll like this, WWE has to step their game up, and then all of wrestling prospers in this.
Right.
So I mean, let's go back to 2-3 years ago when AEW was like really at its peak at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's when WWE was decided to take some more chances, and then they were way high. AEW taking too many bad choices, and they were letting the inmates run the asylum a little too much, and it just didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
You could have great people all on a team, but it doesn't mean you have a great team.
Yeah.
I know it's like this is really deep right now.
No, but I know what you're saying, and yeah, it does seem like
It's like the Brooklyn Nets of like 2012 or whatever, where they tried to recreate like the super team, and it just didn't work.
the KG Paul Pierce.
Yeah,
thing.
the KG Paul Pierce, and wasn't Durant on there too?
No, he was. That was the later.
He came later.
It was that one was Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving.
Yep, that was a bad one. And
yeah, Brooklyn's 0 for 2.
Brooklyn's good at that. The Super Lakers, which was Steve Nash off of 2 MVPs, Dwight Howard and Kobe.
Yeah,
that didn't work.
No. Yeah.
So it's like you could have a lot of great individual players, but if you're not, it doesn't mean you have a great team. And that's what happened to AEW a couple of years ago when they tried to get all these great individual players.
Yeah,
but they couldn't work together.
I like that analogy a lot. Yeah, and it feels like there's just more cohesion and just things that make sense to me, and stuff that I'm for a good portion of last year, I'm just like, even though like the match qualities are always good and enjoyable in my opinion, but I'm just like watching these wrestlers. I'm like, man, I just don't care about you guys. I just don't like. I'm
On
just not
AEW?
on AEW. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like these matches that, like, okay, this is good from a wrestling in ring standpoint, but I'm just like, I don't care who wins. I don't care who loses. Like, I'm just like, I'm not invested, and I've at least had a little bit more investment in like, oh, like the rise of Andrade. Brody King beats MJF. I didn't see that. Some things like that, and now
Having
put the
MJF
Swerve
as your
turn.
champion helps
1,000%.
because he like they love him or hate him, and he can never be a face. Love him or hate him,
Never again. No.
he's their media guy.
Yeah.
He's the one
Oh
who
yeah.
makes the Super Bowl roundtable. He's in the spotlight, being in like, may not be star movies, but casuals know who he is.
Yeah. Yeah. You just did the Happy Gilmore 2 and
Yeah, he was Gordy Gilmore.
one of the Gilmore boys.
The Gilmore Boys. Still
Yeah.
waiting for that show. I'm waiting for
That
that
spin
show.
off. Yep. It's
I'm
got to
waiting
be in
for
pre-production. Let's hope here.
it's on the IMDb page. In production, in talks right now.
That's right. That's right. So I saw this graphic float around on my social media, and it was 5 eras of wrestling, and it had the listing of 5 guys of each era of the wrestling. So you start with the golden era, which is on the graphic: Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior, and Ric Flair. Attitude era: Stone Cold, The Rock, Kane, Undertaker, Mankind. Ruthless Aggression era.
Area?
That too.
Length times width.
Cena, Orton, Edge, Kurt Angle, and Batista. PG era: Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Alberto Del Rio, and Dolph Ziggler. And the modern era, which they have Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Sami Zayn. And I wanted all of us guys to put them in order from your favorite to least favorite, just what you've enjoyed. You could rank them however you want, but just when you look at those 5, what's your number 1 to number 5 as far as your order of rank?
I wanted to say they forgot an era.
Okay, what would that be?
The new generation.
Maybe everybody would have that last.
I wouldn't. I would not have that last if you're going with
Okay.
so Brett would be in
So
the new
Brett's kind of
generation.
thrown in golden era.
And then you
you'd
would have
Brett, you have
where's Sean?
Diesel, Razor Ramon.
Yeah, British Bulldog, Owen Hart,
British Bulldog. Yeah.
Yokozuna.
Yeah.
Like they
So
this
okay,
when
yeah,
you sent this,
yeah.
it's like new generation era should have been in there, and you would have taken Brett out of golden era and put Macho Man in the golden era.
Yes, you would. Okay.
So I don't know what they were thinking with this, like with your post, and I'm like, well, I was dissecting it so many which ways but loose, yes.
But I didn't come up with it. I just found it.
I know you didn't, but we'd have to go with the new generation era. Kick Brett out of golden, put him in new generation, and add Macho Man. So it would be
that makes sense.
I'm adding this.
Okay. Now. All right. Go for it.
So Macho takes over golden era.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a new generation era, which is Brett, Sean. Since Undertaker is in attitude, I'll skip him. And we'll go with Razor, Diesel, and Owen.
I think that's the right list. Yeah.
Okay. It was either going to be Razor or Goldust or British Bulldog, but I'm going to go with Razor.
Yeah.
I feel like the click early, and Triple H is not in any era, which is ridiculous.
I mean,
he should be.
I maybe would put him
Ruthless.
over. I'd put him over Kane in Attitude Era.
No, I would put him in Ruthless Aggression era because that's where he shined the most. I would take out. Sorry, Kevin, I'd take out Edge.
Oh no, you can't take out Edge.
Or I would keep Edge and I would move Cena to the PG era and get rid of Del Rio.
Yeah, oh, boy, Yeah, I think you'd have to. Yeah.
So okay, so Triple H is now in the ruthless aggression era because that's where he reigns supreme.
Yeah, because Cena created the ruthless aggression era from the slap, but he still doesn't become the man until a couple of
But
years.
he became the man with the PG era.
Yeah,
So
like he became the franchise there.
and
So
Del Rio has no business being in
yes,
any like showman. So
we
Del
can kick
Rio's
Del
gone.
Rio out. Yeah.
Okay. So we got that now. Now that we have it changed, we'll do 6. Does this change
Go
the
for it.
rankings?
Yeah.
All right. So when it's going to come down to, I basically am going with this over story, athleticism of the wrestlers at the time,
Hmm.
entertainment value, and rewatchability of the product.
Okay. Yep. That's a good
Okay.
one to consider.
So at the bottom of the list is the PG era.
Okay.
So sorry, Cena. I know I just put you in there, but Del Rio like totally ruined it for me. So
Cool.
the PG era is not rewatchable. There's only really one match that I go back and rewatch, and it's Cena versus Punk at Money in the Bank.
Gotcha.
Everything else is pretty much too cartoony.
So let's go back and forth then.
Okay, so
Okay.
now
So
the bottom of the
you're
batch.
bottom. I'm also going because I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do the same thing. PG era. There's highlights, the yes movement, the Money in the Bank, CM Punk, but you're right, and especially the end of the PG era of like the pre-pandemic Raw and SmackDown. Joe, make Raw great again. Like it was
Yeah,
just there was some rough times of just like who like everything like um like after the Shield broke up, like Roman Reigns, how we don't want Roman as the champ, and Dean Ambrose is like a little too weird, and like Seth's
and he wore
good,
that
but
stupid
the gas mask
gas mask,
thing, yeah. So
and then
there's just a lot of
we had the guest host of Raw, which
yeah, and
was
some were good,
embarrassing.
some were good.
Like, oh, Bob Barker's the best.
Bob Barker, Betty White was good.
Bob Barker and Betty White are the
Yeah,
only ones that would be like, no. I mean, okay, fine. Hugh Jackman too,
sure, yeah, but
but
there's some misses in there as well.
former guest host was who was it? Wasn't Jesse Jackson a host or was it Al Sharpton
I think
or
Al.
both? Okay,
Good point, but yes, maybe both, but I think Al
maybe
was.
both. But I think it was Al, and it was a bad one. But he
Yeah,
marched with MLK, so that's why he was on because Vince was that's his hero. So
right.
it worked out. But the PG era
All right, so that's
was
bottom of the barrel.
it was
Yeah,
bottom of the barrel. So
I
that's
agree.
mine and that's yours. So now you go next.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So I will probably go ruthless aggression era next. Now that
Okay.
we've included the new generation era. So again, that one's a little tough. But for me, coming out of the Attitude Era, which was such a high point for the business as far as getting the popularity and the mainstream attention and Austin Rock and moving on from that, there's higher points, but there's some lower points as well of just like a lot of like people I'd see on like SmackDown, like, oh, it's the Basham brothers and
Okay.
Orlando Jordan with JBL in the cabinet, and there's just like stuff that I'm just like, I didn't like this right now. So I'll put them as I guess they'd be in fifth place.
Okay. You're not gonna like this. The golden era.
Okay,
I'm going
give it
with
to
the
me.
golden
Yep.
era. Based on like we have the 5 here. I love Macho Man, right?
Yeah.
Because we added him to it, but he wasn't originally on here. Rewatching those shows
Yeah.
now just seems so old,
Right.
so carny.
Mhm.
Like it's it is what I grew up with. It was like it is reminiscent. It does bring me back to nostalgia, but I can't like they're not as athletic.
No.
They're like the final the finishing move would be a punch or a clothesline
Right. Right.
or it would just be like a 10-minute draw And it's like I don't need the flips and flops and everything like that to tell a good story, but they don't. It's just it's really just blah to me now. It's like it's improved so much.
Yes.
It just shows how behind like how it wasn't that great. I mean, anyone who's going to say I'm wrong, then you can stop streaming, you can hook your VCR back up, and you can get out your boob tube and watch standard def. Okay?
Yeah. Right.
It is your TV cable ready. That's all I have to say. It was great at the time, but it doesn't have that rewatchability feeling to me anymore. So that is why it is
Yeah.
fifth.
Okay. I get why you say all that. I'm still gonna go.
Ruthless aggression.
Well, no, I did, right?
Okay.
I'm
Yeah. So
going.
now,
My next one will then
oh, it
be.
should be my turn now because it's
Oh
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
went
Go ahead.
first last
Yep,
time.
yep.
Okay.
That's right. Go ahead. So we got
So
Golden for you at number 4, I believe.
at
Right?
number four,
Yeah. So
and
now
it's
number 3, or
numbers.
was that?
No, now it's number four because
Got it.
we added a sixth one.
Got it.
My
Yeah.
number 4
654.
is
Yeah.
Next Generation.
Got it. Yep. New
Next
generation.
Generation had some of it's when they finally started to bring the athletes involved. Brett, Sean, Razor,
Bulldog.
Bulldog, Owen.
Yeah. One,
They
two, three,
just
kid.
basically
Yeah.
like 1, 2, 3 kid. It brought the excitement. It brought the without the Next Generation, we wouldn't have had Attitude, we wouldn't have had anything like that. It was a transition period, but they were taking some chances. But the problem was why it's ranked so low. Taking out the trash, taking out the trash. There were too many jobs. Isaac
Thank
Yankem.
you. Thank you.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's too many. There were. It was that cartoony like.
Yeah.
It's not rewatchable the shows, but I rewatch more of the matches.
Yeah. Yeah. The good
Like
and that's
WrestleMania 10 from top to bottom, you can
is
watch
very
over and
good.
over again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be my next one as well. So that's you kind of took it out of my mouth, and I was literally going to say like everyone has to be a profession. The Goon, the Repo Man,
How dare you say anything about
Tugboat.
Repo Man? No, I'm just
There's
kidding.
so much of that again, yeah, the standouts of it, of the Bretts and Sean's and 1, 2, 3 kids and Bulldogs and Owens. Like there's a lot of good, but there's a lot of stuff that's like, whew, oh, this doesn't, just does
It was
not hold up
towards the
well.
end of it where it was starting to like, okay, we're because WCW was taking over, and it's like, they're taking chances with characters like Gold Dust,
Yeah.
and they're bringing in Sunny, getting her away from the body Donnas. It's like
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So they
the
got there,
Smoking
but
Guns, the Godwins, like that brings it down.
yeah. Yeah. There's some not as fondly looking back type of things. So I'll put
All right,
that there, and then I'll go modern era next. So that's my number 3, I want to say.
number three.
Yeah, and it's a great era. It's a great time. If I had to be critical, there's been plenty of like Roman's reign of now he's gone for 3 months of his bajillion day title reign, and as CM Punk said the other day, how many of these matches did you win because of your cousins, right? So, but there's just a lot of good stuff. There's great promo work. There's great in-ring action. And yeah, we don't have quite as much of the goofiness or things that, frankly, like insult our intelligence. We've gone beyond a lot of those things that were kind of the landmarks that you'd find in a lot of the PG era. So there's just great characters, great motivation, and it's top to bottom too. There's a lot of good like mid card talent that will still have stories and angles, and that really wasn't a thing in the PG era. So that's my number 3.
My number three, the Attitude Era.
Okay.
I know it's like you're probably like it's probably. I'm guessing it's going to be like your number one.
Well, I got 2 left here.
I
Yeah.
know I
So
have two, and it's my two left. I didn't mention one that's like one of your very bottom ones. The Attitude Era is hard to watch now,
yeah,
not because of the content, because it was a sign of its times. It's hard to watch because the roster was huge, but they weren't that good. They were just they were different types of gimmicks. So yeah, we were made fun of Next Generation because of like, we had the trash man. Attitude
Yeah.
Era had the porn star.
Yes.
As you see
Little
what
more adult character. Yeah. I
yes.
got you. Yeah.
And both of them had Jeff Jarrett. So it's like both
Right.
of them had X-Pac 1, 2, 3 Kid.
Right.
But it was too much shock TV, and it was too much I'm gonna call it ADHD wrestling with someone
Yes.
like Russo who was in charge of it. You couldn't stay focused on anything. We have so many guys on Raw in a 2-hour show, but the matches were only like 3 minutes long.
Right. Five short
And
matches.
the only one, like even like Austin, who was great. I mean, he only had like really like a big 5-year boom.
Right.
And like the crowds were amazing. That's why it got up to 3. But
Yeah.
the rewatchability and like try watching an Attitude Era Raw or pay-per-view now with the volume off
Yeah.
and tell me how good it is.
Speaking of which,
And I'm
Joe,
specifically saying the Attitude Era died when WCW was bought.
okay.
Ruthless Aggression started at WrestleMania
Yeah.
18
Speaking of
or
3 minutes,
17, WrestleMania 17.
Joe, we have about 3 minutes left in the
Okay,
recording.
go ahead. Go ahead.
So, well, do you have another one
Okay,
or
so my next for number
yeah,
2
number
is
two?
going
Yep.
to be the Modern Era.
Okay. Okay.
Modern Era, I'm enjoying it. It's had a lot of highs, and we have a very stacked roster. What's
Yeah.
your number 2?
My number 2 is Golden Era. I think everything you said, I agree with. Like, I can't watch, a lot of those matches, but it just takes me back to the fandom that when I was young, I didn't need all of the amazing flips. Like a body slam was crazy when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, right? So it's just it spurred my love of wrestling. That why I'm still talking about it today at age 46, and just those legends of the Warrior and Hogan and Flair and Andre, like they're just timeless, even though, like you said, the match quality for a lot of it, you're just like, and there's a lot of jobbers back then. Like it is a lot of local talent that when you can't really watch the shows. Exactly. Thank you, Barry Horowitz. So my number 1 is Attitude Era. It's just the excitement. I think along with just the entertainment of like Rock and Austin and Mankind and all that. I think it was because it was also like pre-internet in a lot of ways for
Mm-hmm.
me that every week you just didn't know what was going to happen, and so that's where I took back. But you're absolutely right. Like I mean, I can't watch a lot of these matches and the content today. Now as a 46-year-old dad, I'm like, oh God, like that is not. But for the time and place, it still is a big fond of my fandom. And
And my number one is Ruthless Aggression. It started
okay.
at WrestleMania 17. It had the most stacked roster the WWF has ever had. You had like main eventers from 2 major companies in their prime together. You had Booker T, Goldberg, like they may not have been used great, but you had them. You
Yeah.
had Hogan coming back and Rock and Hogan at 18. That's Ruthless Aggression.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
had the rise of Evolution with Randy Orton and Batista. They made stars too. People would dog Triple H of being like, his reign of terror. But you needed a heel like that for these young guys to chase after. He made Batista and Randy Orton because of how awful he was. And you had Ric Flair in that era too. And you had Shawn's comeback in that era. And that is why Ruthless Aggression is the greatest era of our generation.
You make a compelling argument.
Are you going to raise them up
You
now?
know, I'm. I don't
Your
know.
favorite
I'll have to
matches
think
in that
about it.
era, and you have them 5th.
I know that is a good point. I think it's just for me. I just haven't. I can't put Attitude Era lower because I don't know if like what wrestling looks like without Attitude Era. Like
Well, I don't
today.
know what
Today,
wrestling
I
looks
don't know
like
if it's a
without
thing.
Golden Era, and I put
Yeah.
them at
Yes.
5th.
Right. I know. For me, it's like Golden Era was a thing, right? That's when we all started, and then Attitude Era, Golden Era just eventually goes, "Woo," and then Golden Era, or so then Attitude Era comes and just takes it as big, if not bigger, than Golden Era, and uh, the
Roller
Ruthless
coaster.
Aggression, yeah, the Ruthless
Uh,
Aggression PG. there's peaks and valleys there. Peaks and valleys. Modern, I think, takes it up. Closer to Attitude Era.
Well,
But,
my voting, I guess, is the the Millennium Drop, because I have Ruthless at the top, but I have PG Era at the very bottom.
Right.
It's like,
oh, I get it.
Boom.
I get it. Oh, that's great. I wish we had more time to really research this now. It's like, oh, these are great arguments.
When you sent this text message, I'm like, that's why I asked so many questions. I'm like, you gotta like go into it more.
Yeah.
And they forgot New Generation.
New Generation, yes. That deserves an inclusion.
It deserved an inclusion because Shawn Michaels deserves to be on a list. Correct. And so does Triple H.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, this has been fun, man. Sorry you missed out, Jay and Kev, but like you said, JK that they'll be here is right. So, but no, seriously, you guys, hopefully they'll be back next week. Next week we have to do our Elimination Chamber preview and predictions.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's coming up on the 28th, I believe, and we'll do our second of our That Wrestling Parlay. Which you and Kevin were 1 for 1, so we'll see how that goes. So fun stuff ahead. Thanks for hopping on, Joe, and sharing your excellent wrestling takes, man. I do salute you for that. It's youtube.com/That Wrestling Podcast, whatamaneuver.net for media, at That WrestlePod for social media, and for the not here, Jason and Kevin, and for Joe, who is here, I'm Brian. And as always, enjoy wrestling. We will talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening. Follow That WrestlePod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
1, 2, 3. That's it.